Hello everybody, thank you for clicking on this video. I thought we would sit here and chat for a minute as I cleaned some of my brushes I've been using lately. Just talk. We are going to paint. Let's see, which ones do I need to rinse out? Okay. Well, I haven't been posting as much as I want to lately. You know, a lot of stress going on. Just life in general. And you know, as an artistic person, creative, whatever you want to call this, stress, your brain will not give an ounce to creativity if you have a lot of stress in your life, because it's trying to compensate for other things. That's what's been going on lately. I'm trying to get back into it, trying to get back into creating, recording, editing, all that, which is a whole nother can of worms. I started to go live because it's just so much easier. I'm not tempted to edit the video if I go live. For some reason I decided against it. I really don't know why. So I appreciate everybody that's stopped and watched my shorts, watched my videos, liked, hit the subscribe button. I appreciate it so much. You know, I was looking at my views last night and I was like, okay, I got one short that did 30 some views and one short that did, I guess it's pushing 500 right now, but and I'm grateful for 10 views or 10,000 views. You know, I've never hit 10,000 views, but I'd be very grateful. And I was thinking, you know, if even half of the people that watch my shorts and my videos, and if you stop to watch them, you're probably, 9 times out of 10, you're probably interested in art. If you're interested in my videos and you like the content that's being put out, well, hit the subscribe button. I can start doing this full time instead of when I can. This takes a lot of time, you guys. I know, I don't know how many of you guys are actually content creators out there, but it takes a lot of work. It takes a lot of time. Especially when you're going up against the bigger channels that, you know, have all the equipment, and these days you pretty much need a whole production company to put a decent YouTube video out, or what deems decent in the public's eye. Okay, I've got those rinsed off. Oh, I want to show you guys this. Somebody got me this for my birthday, and I still, before I show you guys this, I still stand by that you can use craft paint to practice with. I still stand by that wholeheartedly. That's how I started, and it helped me immensely. I'm not backing off of that. But somebody did get me something for my birthday, and it is my first set of professional acrylic paint. Like I said, I have a set of watercolor acrylic. Watercolor acrylic. Watercolor paint. It's the only professional set I have. But somebody got me this for my birthday, and I've been using it, and it is wonderful. It is wonderful. I cannot stress enough. If you can afford it, it is well worth the money to invest in a good set of paint. But do not stress if you cannot, because craft paint is just as good to learn by. Like I said before, I do back that up with, if you're not doing a commission piece for somebody's not paying you for a piece. Craft paint's great. But I got my little artisan holding some, the little holes holding some stuff. But yes, this is a wonderful, wonderful paint. Golden. I'm very impressed. I can tell the difference between this and the craft paint. I can tell the difference in the pigment. Little dab goes a long way. And I also came with this gloss glazing medium. I'm still working out the kinks when it comes to using this, you guys. I'm working on it. I've been trying to use it just about in every little painting that I do now, so I can get better at it. So once I have a hold on how this actually works, the proper techniques for it, I will be doing a video for you guys. But Now, back to what I was saying about recording, editing, posting. I have 3 or 4 videos loaded onto my computer that are waiting to be edited. It just takes so much time. And I've got this one that I did for you guys, and it was recorded. I have to edit it, but it's waiting to be put up. I have, let's see, I don't know if there's anything in this one. Hold on. Let's see. Oh, I love this. This is one of my favorite things that I've painted the past couple months. I love the background. I don't like the composition. The composition is trash on this, but I do love the flowers, the way the flowers, the form of the flowers and the background. I really like this, so I'm going to turn this into a bigger piece eventually and record. But where is, let me see. I think it's in this one. Hold on. It's in this one. Okay, this is what we're going to do today. We're going to finish off this little sketch here. But I have, look at this. This is turned into a sketchbook flip, a sketchbook tour flip through. Look at these jokers right here, buddy. Look at these long dog faces. I don't know what I was trying to do with that. Anyway, no. This. I recorded this. This is waiting to be edited. Little lamp post, rainy night lamp post. That's waiting to be edited. It's uploaded. So I have that and that, and I think I have one more. I think it's in this one. Yeah, it's in this one. I put this one out yesterday for you guys. Little quick ocean scene. This one. I have this one uploaded and ready to go. Well, I have to edit it. It's not exactly ready to go, but I did record as I did it, so it is going to be eventually. Does that light seem bright? Do you guys see it? Is it washing out? I'm looking up here at the camera. Is it washing out the paintings? I can't tell. Let me play with the light for a second. Hold on. Let's see. See, this is the kind of stuff you have to do when you're trying to put out content. Hold on. Let me, I don't have my glasses on, so it's taking a minute. Let's see. Okay, that looks better. That's a daylight setting, and I like the way that looks better. It's not as washed out. Let's see. We have that. Then we have the one I was on. I think I'm going to stick with this one. It's not quite as bright, but you can see, I think you can see more detail. Okay, anyway, this is one that's waiting to be edited and uploaded for you guys. So, okay, so we got our brushes clean. We did our little chat. Showed you the golden paint that I'm using now. This flamingo painting, let me see how it looks with this light. Yeah, it's pretty good. This flamingo painting was actually a mix of using golden and craft paint, so, and pastel markers. So this one will be a fun one once I get it uploaded. So if you don't want to miss that, if you hadn't already, hit the subscribe button. I have several videos that are going to be going up soon. Hopefully soon. Hopefully I'll be able to start editing by the weekend. Okay, so let's see. No, it wasn't in this one. It was in one of the little ones. Was it? Hold on. I'm trying to find the one that I want to work on today. It was in this, yeah. Alright, so we're going to finish this. And this was not from a photo reference. This is just me sitting down, doodling, sketching out some flowers one night. And I want to talk to you guys about this one for several reasons. And not all good. Okay, so I like the layout. I made this my focal point over here, and that was a huge mistake. I don't know why I did that. I don't like where the focal point's at. It's up here, shoved up in the corner. I did stick with odd numbers as far as that goes. I wish, instead of doing my table straight back, I wish I had maybe angled it, made for a more interesting piece. But if we take, this is what I should have done when I sketched it out. So I'll show you guys what what I should have been doing. Okay, so you know the rule of thirds. We're gonna graph this out. Now I'm not breaking out a ruler or anything. I always just eyeball it quickly. So you make a line, make another line. Can you see the two lines? Let me check and make sure you can see the two lines. Okay, see that one? I don't know if you see the other one. The other one starts like right here. Okay, you make your lines, and then you make 2 going across. And in these intersection points, by theory, would be the best place to put your focal point. So I have this sitting. Well, honestly, if you go by this, it's not in a bad spot, but I do believe it would be better if it was pushed over this way a little bit. Like, in between where these 2 flowers are, my focal should be maybe right about there instead of shoved up in the corner. But hindsight's 20/20. Just want to show you guys, you know, the rules of third thing. You can eyeball it. You don't have to be so technical about it. Unless you want to. I mean, that's up to you. Okay, we're just going to paint over all that, so it really doesn't matter. Let me get all the eraser off. Alright. So let's see what we want to do. I actually went through and did a light pink little glaze over it. Then I went in and just popped in some green, not even being mindful of what greens I was using at the time, so just for shadows. I did the same thing with the flowers. Like, this is going to be my shadow side. This is going to be the lighter side. I'm going to lay a shadow here. Alright, so let's pop some paint out. Let's see what we're going to use. I like the pink. I used the magenta for that. But I think I want to go more on the reddish peachy side, honestly. Just leave the pink undertone for shadow. So let's go with, let's see. Gotta pull out. So I'll sit in this box. Pull out so I can see what I'm doing. Let's pull out. Let's use napethal red light. Let's use that. Oh, can you see my palette? I think you can. Okay, it doesn't take much with this paint, so just a little dab. Napethal red light, especially for this tiny little sketchbook thing. I am going to use yellow. Yellow medium. So I might want to put some peachy tones in there, and I just mix it with the red. Okay. Let's see. Let's use this phthalo green. I could just mix. I don't know. Do I want to use this or I want to mix my greens? Can't decide, you guys. Let's just put a little bit of both of them out and see. I like mixing my greens a little bit better than using one out the tube, even though I love phthalo green. It's a beautiful color. And you can mix, you know, some great greens out of it. And this is phthalo green on the yellow shade. So I could probably get some decent greens out of this, but I'm going to stick with, I'm going to try. We're going to do both. We're going to put some blue out. So I'm going to use blue in my shadow work anyway. And I don't really want black right now. Let's get some titanium white out. It's actually more color than I'm really wanted to use. I like keeping my palette to 2 or 3 colors. That's 2 colors plus white, usually. But it's alright. Let's put some white out. I'm running out of that. Titanium white goes very fast. So if you want to invest in one color at a time, make sure you start with titanium white because you're going to use a lot of that. Alright, and I think I'm going to put some glazing medium out because I said I've been trying to use it. So let's keep going with that. Alright, and let's get some tiny brushes out. This is a 0 round. Oh, I have 2 jars of water here. And, oh, I want to show you guys this. I seen this on, I can't remember a woman's name. She was on a short that I seen, I believe. Or I clicked on a short and then I watched her video. These Cascade dishwashing pod thingies that they come in. Great water container. And then they're good for holding your brush to let it dry. You have a convenient little brush holder right there. So I've been using that lately. It's working out pretty good, actually. Alright. 2 jars of water. And, of course, my trusty cut-up towel. Okay, let's see. I guess we'll start with these little, I don't even know what they're called. They're just little things that I threw in as fillers. So we'll start with that. And I think I'm going to make them yellow. Just put a little white in it. Glazer medium. They say if you use glazer medium, you don't really need to use water. So I've been trying to cut back on my water, which I don't like using a lot of water anyway in my paintings, but I'm trying to cut back on the water. It does, now the glazer medium does thin the paint out. It does make it thin. And it's glazer medium, but you just need to layer, that's all. Compensate by layering, which I like to layer anyway, so. And I see I missed a few leaves right here, but we'll go ahead and start here. Pop this yellow in. I may not do much to these little thingies after this part for them. If I was going to detail them, I would not start with this bright of a color because I go from dark to light. I like to go from dark to light. You don't want to start with your lightest shade because it leaves you nowhere to go value-wise. Okay, so I probably won't do much more to these after I pop this in. It's just here as a filler, just to give it some little extra color and dot, dot, dot. Dot, 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 dot. I'm not even following the, just dabbing. I'm just dabbing on down the line that I drew. I actually need to go over it with maybe a little bit of green. Raw umber is one of my favorite colors to use in landscapes and florals. I like mixing magentas and reds with raw umber. Actually, I do have some. I might pop that out too. I don't know. I think I got enough colors going on over here. I don't want to get stressed about my colors. Okay. I like to keep it simple as possible. Okay. All right, rinse. Let's go ahead and let's start something on this. Oh, titanium buff. I like this. I used it in something the other day. Oh, the floral. When I was adjusting the camera, I used it in that floral. It's pretty good. I may end up putting some of that out. I don't know yet. I'm not going to put it out yet, but I'm sure I'm going to use it. Okay, and I do keep my spray bottle handy for this because acrylics dry fast. And I keep them misted a little. All right, so what color do I want to make this? Let me think. Let's see. Let's take a peek at the color wheel for a minute. Let me look at something. So I have all these pinks and reds going on. We have the greens bouncing off here. That's good. Let's see, yellow. Guess I could make this violet. I might go with violet. Or a purpley shade. Just a purpley shade. I say violet, but I'm going to say purple. Yeah, I think I'm going to go with violet. Or purple, rather. Some kind of purple. I don't know yet. Let's see. I'm going to get a bigger brush. I'm going to get my little slanted here to do the vase with. We're going to make our purple. And of course, we need red and blue. Make us a purple. And before I even lighten this up, I'm going to pop this dark purple in from the shadow side of it, which will probably be over here. So I'm going to go ahead and lay this in. This dark purple. And lay that in. On this side. Down here, the bottom. And right here. I know my shadow's probably off, but I'm really not concerned with it. This is just a quick, fun thing we're doing. not anything serious. Okay. And then we'll lighten it. We'll take some out, pop in some white. It's pretty. A little bit darker. And I just keep kind of playing with the colors until I get something I like. Okay. Let's draw our vase in. And then we'll go back and we'll make some little details of light and reflected light and all that after we get this initially blocked in. Okay. So you want to put a little bit dark up here. Tap it into the inside of the vase. This is our shadow color also. Just tapping, tapping, tapping. Okay. Okay. All right. I wish I'd been a little bit lighter with that second color. So let's make this a little bit lighter. A bit thicker too. Okay. Let's see, how's that? Okay. Let's try this. I'm just going to paint over all that. Okay. Tried a little bit darker than what I really wanted it to. So, okay. I think I like that better. Okay. Let's rinse. Now let's work on some flowers. Okay, I'm going to get a little. I'll go back to my 0 round, or do I want to use my 2 Filbert? I think I'm still with my 2 Filbert. Let's try that. Okay. Let's go ahead and pop in something on the focal point. I'm going to get red. Let's do some red. Dab of yellow. Not much. Just a dab. Yes. A little bit of white to see where we're at. A little bit more yellow. It is super bright, so I'm going to bring that down just a little bit. Dab of green, not much. I don't want it too muted. Remember, you can use complementary to neutral colors. Okay, that's a little bit better. Can you see what I'm doing? I hope so. Okay, still really bright. Almost a little bit more. Like I said, I just mix till I get what I like. Don't have any recipes or rhymes or reason. Okay, yeah, that looks good like that. Okay, not quite as bright, but still orangey. Okay, this is just the first layer, so it's okay. All right, let's take it in right here. And let's do that center pop. I'm going to do a little bit of a dark. It's this red and some of this dark purple. I want to darken up the center. And I know there's a lot of people that have a thing about muddy colors. I love muddy colors and florals and landscapes. They do have their place. And I think they work really well for stuff like that. Okay. Trying to pay attention to my dogs behind me here. Alright. Now I'm going to lighten it up. And go to this side over here. This is our lighter side. I'm just throwing down some color right now. I'm going to go back in with detail. Okay. Let's see. Alright. Now we're going to move on to the next one, and we're just going to build them up. Build them up. Because the final, I know a lot of people don't like straight white, but the final layer on my flowers normally is always white. So I think it gives it that extra little something at the end. That's just something I like to do. So, I mean, you don't have to do any of this. You could do tulips. You could do daisies. You don't have to do flowers at all. You could do leaves and vines. Whatever you want to do. It's up to you. We're going to move on to this one. I think I'm going to stick with this dark color right here for now. And pop that in. Right here. Okay. The center. And let's mix this up something a little bit lighter. Just go in like this. Not much there because it's supposed to be off to the side, so you don't see much of the other side of the flower. Okay. Move on to this one. Dark. Put you in here, put you in there, put you in the middle. I already got most of that laid in, but I don't want them all to be the same, so I'm going lighter and darker, lighter and darker. Each flower is getting a little bit of a different color. Pick up some of that yellow. I got it sitting there drying. Okay. I'm going to go in like that. And let that dry, and we'll come back to that one. Okay. Move on to this one. And let's put on some more red. Yellow. Green. See, that's too much green, but we're going to roll with it anyway. I'm just going to lighten it up like that, make this mauvey color. We're going to go in, which is pretty much what's on there already, honestly. Just kind of build up some unevenness, because, you know, roses are not even all the way around. Okay, let that dry. Actually, I want to do let's do a little bit lighter on top of that, and then we'll let that dry. Okay. Okay, let's do this one as another side view. I know some of these colors look like what's already on there, so I'm just trying to build up layers at this point. This one has a super dark middle, so I'm trying to keep that. Let's see. Let's take this. Yeah, there we go. That middle one there. When you see me, when I rinse and I come this way, I'm drying. I'm dabbing my brush off on my rag that I have over here. Okay. And a bit lighter. Come around. Again, it's a side view, so There's not much going on up here that way. This side you can't see. Okay, and this one, I'm not really happy with the way this one's facing, but I'm gonna leave it. I'll try to build it up and we'll just see what happens. And let's keep that dark center. Oh, that dark. That is super dark. Okay. Thin that out some. There we go. Okay, that is really, really dark. Actually, I kind of like that. I'm going to pop that in some of these other places. It's really thin, so dab some of that off. Okay, there we go. Some of these flowers that are facing, like pointing down and this way, where the shadow is. Put these really dark centers in here. Okay. Alright, let's do this one. Let's see. Space it out. I really wish it was a side view. That's alright. There's some yellow in there. Some white. Some more red. Okay. Yeah, it's not quite as bright like that. Okay. I'm gonna leave it like that. And come to this one. No, we already did that one. We're gonna do this one. Okay. And this one, sorry, my head hit the ring light. This one, I wish it was facing that way. I may see if I can maneuver this one to kind of go that way instead of facing out. I'm trying to think, do I want to change it? I don't know. Let's see. I think I'll just leave it the way it is. Going through the effort of changing it. Mid paint. Alright, pop out some. Okay, that one's it. Splash some water, and splash water, just dab it back up. It's fine. I really like how that one looks. It's probably my favorite one. This one. Okay, let's do this one. And while these are drying, we're going to work on the background. I haven't got a clue what color background is going to be. No idea. Okay. Sorry if y'all heard that fan kick on. It's my nemesis. Let's see how it's looking up here. Can you guys see? You guys can see that pretty good. Okay. Now, what should we do with the background? What color? I'm actually thinking about taking some of that titanium buff. What do I do with it? And trying to do something with the background with this. Let's see. I gotta get the lid back on. I don't like the lids brushes on these things. They're very difficult to maneuver. Okay, let's see. I'm going to get a small flat for this because we are going to probably do a little negative painting. Be cutting into some of these flowers and leaves. Okay. Now what color? What color? Let's see what this buff looks like by itself. And then we'll go from there. Let's see. It needs a little something to it. Of course, there'll be more than one layer. I think I'm going to put a little yellow in it. Not much, just a little. For the background. When we get up near the flowers and our leaves, I use the very tip. I use the tip. It's very good for etching and cutting around stuff. Tips on a flat. Flats are actually very versatile brushes. Now you wouldn't think that, but they are. Once you get the hang of using them, they're very, very easy to maneuver. A lot of things to do with a flat. Okay. And this is a 10 flat. Probably could have went smaller, but I want to stay kind of loose with this. I don't want to start getting into a lot of detail. That's one thing I don't want to do. And I am painting on just regular sketchbook paper. It's one of those little cheapy black sketchbooks from Walmart. It's just regular sketchbook paper. It's not watercolor paper or anything like that. So if you see crinkling, warping, drawing up, it's going to do that because it's not meant for this, but I like the size of these. And I like painting on paper. I don't know why. I don't know why that is. I did a rose on notebook paper the other day. I'll show you guys. I'm thinking about doing another one and turning it into a video recording. It came out pretty good. I was a little concerned with it at first, but it came out pretty good. You know, I love painting on notebook paper. And I love recording that you can paint on notebook paper. A lot of people think you cannot, that you gotta have all these fancy things. And if you look, I am just cutting around the roses. Cutting around with the tips of my brush and the leaves. And it's okay if you hit a leaf or a flower because we're going to go back over them anyway, so it's not a big deal. Paint. And I know you're going to say, you can use a detail brush and don't have to worry about running over your leaves and your flowers. I don't want to use a detail brush because I don't want to get into detail. I want to keep it as loose as possible. Ooh, that was a lot of yellow. Hold on. I need for it to be that yellow. And this is our shadow side, so this side's going to be a little bit lighter. In my opinion, this is our light side, so I think this side will look better, a little bit lighter. So figure that out when I get over there. gonna pause the video while I finish up this side. I mean, you basically seen what I was doing. That way I'm not boring you to death. And then when I come back, we'll be starting on this side and we're going to lighten it up a little bit. Okay? Give me 1 second. Okay, guys, I'm back. I've got this side done. And I did run over like my little yellow things and some leaves. But it's acrylic paint. So, like I've probably sure I mentioned before, you can always go back in and fix it. Okay? You can bring it back out. It's fine. Now we're going to do this side. Now I want to lighten up this side. Because this is the side with our light over here. So, I'm going to take the same thing, titanium buff. I'm going to go on this side over here with it. Just a teeny dab of white. Not much. Just a teeny little dab. Okay, see the difference? You can see it on the camera. Alright, and a little dab of yellow. Not a lot. Not a lot at all. Just a dab. Because this is white now, so a little bit different. I mean, it has white in it. That's what I mean. Alright, let's see how this looks. Can't tell for the glare over here, but so far it looks pretty good, I think. I'm going to put a little bit more paint on it. It's not quite thick enough for me. Okay, a little bit more white. That's a lot of white. Okay, a bit more white. There we go. Okay. And some of the pink shows through. That's fine. I like that. I think that'll look good. So don't stress about the pink showing through. At the end, it's going to come together and look great. My dog's sitting at my feet whimpering because he wants to go outside and chase a stray that's popped up this morning. He is right up under me. Oh, and my palette. I'm going to talk to y'all about that at the beginning. This, on my palette, I've started using cling wrap and scotch tape. And that is it. I cling wrap a square onto my table. Just tape it, put the plastic wrap down, tape around it, and you got a palette. You can put as much paint as you want on there. You can make it as big or small as you need. And when you're done, take it, ball it up, throw it away. Or that's what I do. I know some people are going to have a problem with that, but that's what I do. That's what works for me. It's easiest. So you do what works for you. But if you're okay with it, that is a very easy and simple way to have a palette no matter where you go, what size you need. Just tape down some cling wrap and get the painting. You don't have to sit there with a paint scraper and scrub it clean, or go outside with a water hose. Lord, I've done that. And spray it off, and yeah. And you see, I'm getting a little looser with it because I'm just kind of these little tiny places. I'm gonna go back in. See, I forgot to paint my vine my stem right there. I'm gonna go back in and bring my yellow things and my stems back out anyway, so I'm not concerned with that's contaminated. Okay. Got all this white over here. It's contaminated. Okay. See, prime example of what I was saying about using expensive paint to practice with. I just said I just put out a squirt of titanium white, and now it's all contaminated because I wasn't paying attention. I was more into my painting, which is fine. That's the way it should be. You should be in the flow. But now I've got this big glob of wasted titanium white paint, expensive golden paint, that I feel like it's going to a waste because it's contaminated and I can't use it throughout painting now. That's what I was saying about using craft paint. That way you don't feel hindered. You don't feel held back. And I'm going to put just a few streaks of this over here. Not much at all. Just to kind of maybe bring this together a little bit. So it doesn't look like two separate walls, but one flower piece. Okay, there we go. Okay, rinse. Actually, I might take some of this and pop some of the darker one over here on the, gotta remake it, hold on, the lighter one. Just in a few spots. There's cohesiveness, trying to, I don't have a reference, I don't have anything, I'm just flying solo. Which is what I like to do anyway, so. Not fond of photo reference. I'm trying to make it more of a habit to use photo references, because I think it's going to help a lot with my composition and value and all the rules, all of the things. Trying to get, more practice at it, become more familiar with painting from a reference. That is one of the things I'm trying to work on. Okay, so our flowers are dry. I'm going to go back to my, actually, I'm going to do a zero round. We're going to make these, I'm going to go over this quickly with the tip. I'm going to try to go over with the tip. A little bit lighter than what I have on there now. Okay. Glaze. And I'm going to pick from a part of the white that's not contaminated with blue. Alright. Alright. Round off my tip. I always swirl it in the paint one last time before I put brush to canvas. Just to make sure that tip's on there good. Oh, I thought I forgot to hit record. I thought I left you guys on pause and I've been talking all this time. Okay, here we go. I'm going to start over here. And on this side. This is our shadow. This is making this my shadow side. This is going to be the lighter side. Just laying down a little bit of this peachy color. Okay. Alright, I'm going to leave it and let it dry. Now I think I'm using the same color on this one. I'll brush back in there, round off the tip. And actually, I want to make this a little bit darker, because this is supposed to be a little shadowy because of the way it's angled. So, make that a little bit, just a hair darker. Okay. And then, I should have separated and make that just a little bit lighter for the other side over here. That's catching the light. We're going to go back through and make little tiny marks to represent petals that are at the top. Because you know your petal is going to be shadowy near the bottom where it's connected to the flower, and then lighter on the tip that's catching the light, that's up toward the light. So that's what we're going to try to duplicate there. Okay, now this one is facing this way. It's actually facing the outside of the body, is actually facing the light, should be hitting it. So we're going to stick with the lighter color and put on here. And this side should be darker because it's away from the light. So, well, I'm not trying to be extremely detailed. I am trying to give it a little light and shadow type deal. Just a little bit. Okay, alright. Okay, and then we have this one, and I've got it facing completely out, so it really doesn't matter. I'm going to go with this darker color and just squeeze it in here. Okay. It's brighter orange because we're going to come back in with some lighter color anyway. I want to push some of these petals out some. It's too tight. I want them to be out against the background a little bit more. Okay, and then do the same thing over here. Actually, I want to make it a little bit more on the yellow side. Because, you know, yellow and violet. So we're going to push this toward the yellow end. Yeah, there we go. I like that. Okay. Much better. Come out that way. Out that way. Out that way. Alright. Same thing for this one. I actually want to go even lighter. I got a fly that is bugging the pee out of me, y'all. Okay. More yellow. Just mix until I get where I think I want to be. Okay. Alright, and I'm going to scratch this in. I do want that petal to lay out further. Alright. Okay, this one. Try to make them all, you know, different. No, not all the same. Okay, so this way. Hold on. Put some more yellow in here. Tab of red. Doesn't take much red to attack that yellow. Okay, there. There. I'm just kind of dabbing that one around. Okay. Just kind of tucked into the thing, so it's not going to be as bright as the rest of them. It's kind of this one, this one, this one. They're kind of tucked away. Okay. There, there. And just try to scribble that in. Alright. And the same thing for this one. I want the petal to lay out a little bit more. There and there. Okay. And kind of scribble out. Okay. Ooh, I like how that happened. See? I like that. Alright, now let this dry and then we'll go over them again. I'm gonna pause y'all real quick. I heard something outside. I'll make sure the stray's not back. I'll be right back. Okay, guys, I'm back. I'm gonna have to make this part 1 of the video. I'll do a part 2 tonight. I'll film part 2 tonight or in the morning and have it up for you guys by tomorrow night. This is what I was talking about when earlier in the video about hitting the subscribe button. If you haven't, please think about doing so. It will help me turn this into a full-time career for me. My art would be a full-time job for me, painting and putting videos up for you guys. I wouldn't have to worry about everything else I have to do and stop painting. So I have to end this now. Thank you guys so much for clicking on this video. Hit the like button if you liked it. Hit the subscribe button if you want to. I appreciate it. And don't forget, part 2 is coming. And I will see you guys later. Bye.